Good.
We're rolling.
All right, I'm Corporal Jose Mendez. That's Josemendez, and I'm with the Austin Police Department Public Information Office. So before I provide you with any information about the SWAT incident that took place here early this morning in the area of 5300 Jimmy Clay Drive, I'm happy to report that the incident has ended peacefully with a successful outcome. This incident was nearly a 5-hour incident that resulted in 1 arrest and nobody injured. With that said, at approximately 3:40 a.m. this morning, APD officers responded to the 5300 block of Jimmy Clay Drive, and that's the Villas at Cordoba apartment complex. And that was in reference to a female caller calling 911 stating that she needed police assistance. When that person called our 911 center, they stated that they could not talk, but they were inside an apartment with a violent individual who was potentially holding a knife to her. That individual also mentioned that when officers arrived on scene, if necessary, they had her permission to kick in the door. Based on that information, we had officers arrive on scene. They quickly had a containment on the apartment, and they began making call-outs to this individual. Unfortunately, at that time, our officers were unable to communicate with this individual or make any kind of contact with them. However, they could see him inside the apartment and on the balcony at times. Based on the information that we did have, including the severity of the offense, the admission from the complainant herself that the individual was violent and potentially armed with a weapon, our officers contacted our SWAT team, who later responded to this scene. Once our SWAT team arrived on scene, they coordinated an effort to make contact with the individual, and just before 8:15 a.m. this morning, they were able to communicate with that individual through a robot that they had sent inside the apartment. Once they did make contact with that individual, he quickly complied with the directions given to him, and he was ultimately arrested and taken into police custody. Right now, we have, again, 1 individual in custody. That individual is being described as a Hispanic male in his 40s. Our victim is also a female in her 40s. He's being transported to the Travis County Jail on the charge of aggravated assault, family violence, and on an outstanding warrant that he had prior to this incident. This does appear to be an isolated incident with no threat to the public. Right now, I'd like to thank our local media partners who are here today sharing this information with our community. I'd also like to thank the men and women of the Austin Police Department who were out here investigating this incident. We also had assistance with the Travis County Sheriff's Department. So collectively, we utilized a lot of resources, and I'm confident that because of those resources that we had available to us, this incident ended peacefully and again with a successful outcome. The information that I have is still preliminary. We do have aggravated assault, family violence detectives on scene. They're still investigating this incident, but I'm more than happy to answer any questions you might have. Any questions?
The woman is Hispanic?
Yes.
As well?
Yes, the woman is Hispanic in her 40s. Anything else?
Thank you.
Any children in the apartment?
To my knowledge, there's no children. All right, thank you.
Thank you.